Fornication is said to be an immoral act according to Christian doctrine, but biology says otherwise. I'm Truth Envisioned, and today I will be dissecting a dark truth about fornication. Now, before I can reveal this dark truth about fornication, you must know what it is. Simply, fornication is having sex without marriage. It's having sex without marriage. And the Christian doctrine tells us that it's wrong, it's immoral, it's evil and demonic. Now let me tell you how biology challenges Christian doctrine. What is biology? Biology is the study of life. It's the study of life. So organisms, nature, organisms, the way animals live their life, behavior. Now let me tell you how biology challenges Christian doctrine. So we know biology is the study of life, nature. I've learned something interesting as I was looking into biology, and I didn't believe this before, but God and morality does not exist in biology. They don't exist in nature. Animals will do a bunch of horrendous acts in nature. Like the way they do things, the way they have children, the way they eat, the way they catch food. It'd all be considered immoral according to humanity and Christian doctrine. At the same time, that's just a flow of nature. It's natural. It can't necessarily be immoral. It cannot. It's a natural flow in life that exists. Death, hunger, and all these other things. It's a natural flow that we come across in life, in nature. So now that you have an idea that God and morality does not exist in biology, here's another thing about Christian doctrine and fornication. Well, back to biology being the study of life and nature. Marriage does not exist in nature. It doesn't. So where does the idea that men should get married and women should get married, or monogamy, come in? People say God said it. God said a man should have a woman, or they shall be one. But really, it's all the product of intellect. God didn't say anything. It was just man's intellect that said it. God did not ordain. Well, firstly, people believe that there's just one God. No, the spiritual realm is completely different. The invisible, or what you cannot see, is completely vast. Let me challenge that ideology real quick, because there's no way you can believe that God will stop at one thing. You don't realize how much of a limiting factor that is, believing that God would just be like, okay, there's no distinction, or there's no difference. There's like 8.25 billion people on Earth. How many people or entities you believe exist in the afterlife or in the spiritual plane? It's like we limit God. I don't know why, but back to the intellect. Yes, God didn't say anything. It was really just a product of another man's intellect, that men should get married, men should do so and so, yada yada yada. You can say intellect or intuition. It's all a product of that. God never said anything. So we know that marriage is a product of intellect and intuition, and God and morality does not exist in biology. So Fornication said it's more of a spiritual practice, or it's a spiritual ideology that, oh, no sex before marriage, but nature and biology says otherwise. Now, it doesn't mean to go to sleep with anybody you see. Although that's more of a lifestyle preference, it doesn't mean to do that. But at the same time, like, if you look at animals and what they do in nature, they don't follow anything morally right or justified or God. They just do. They just exist. They follow instinct mainly. Now, I don't mean to say follow your instinct, because when you just follow instinct, things like rape just happen. Like, unfortunately, things like rape come about because men just follow instinct, right? You have 7 points of the body that you can feel things in. You have, they call it the third eye, the eye of your imagination. You could feel stuff here, ideas up here. You speak from here. You feel things in your heart. You can feel a hunger in your stomach, and sex drive. Now, sex drive is very heavy, especially for men. And that's how rape comes about. They just follow that sexual drive. They're in their body and they commit acts like rape, unfortunately. So, yes, this is essentially fornication. The dark truth about fornication. Biology really says otherwise about it. It doesn't exist in nature. It just happens. Like, animals just create children with who they deem fitting, or they just create children with any female counterpart. They don't think too much about it. The animals just do. I don't really know how their mind works. I'm not an animal, but they just do. They procreate, carry on their legacy. They don't really think much about it. But yeah. If you found this video helpful and would like to know more life-changing information regarding relationships, consider subscribing. I'm Truth Envisioned, and I will see you next time.